Hello and welcome. For this video I thought I would do something more, I don't know, exciting to me? I don't know, because I've been watching a lot of this one art YouTuber's videos. Her name is Leslie Lou Marie, and I will leave a link to her channel in the description because I've been watching a lot of her videos lately, and she does a lot of videos about her original characters, and it's been really inspiring me to work on developing my original characters, and that's kind of why I was in the mood to draw them for this week's video. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm drawing 3 of my OCs, or original characters. You know, OC is short for that. And so the first one, well, I'm kind of just going to talk about them in order, but I kind of draw all 3 of them and then like work on all 3 of them at the same time. So I'll get to all of them, but I'm just going to talk about them one at a time. So first we have Alex. He is the one in the top left, the first one that I drew. Real quick, the second one that I'm drawing is Andy, and then the third one is going to be Chrissy. But Alex, I figured I'd give a little bit of a quick summary as to who each character is. So Alex is, he was kind of the main character of the story, because these 3 characters were kind of the 3 main characters of the story that I was originally writing them in, and this was like a long time ago. This was like 7 years ago that I was writing this story. I don't like it anymore, so I'm not actually writing it anymore, but I still love these characters. They have a special place in my heart, as most of my original characters do. But in this story, Alex was the main character. Like, it was like first person point of view, and it was his perspective. So basically, to sum him up, he's, I don't know if you can tell from the picture, but he's pretty, I tend to draw him angry a lot of the time. It's not like he's always angry, but it's just like the main impression that I get from him, I guess. Like, he's very short. He's 5'4". I mean, I don't know, some people might hear that and be like, what the heck, I'm 5'4", but I don't know. He's 5'4". And he's pretty easily angered, but not like, he's not like going in a rage all the time. He's just like, generally he will, what is it called? Like, he's irritated by a lot of things. I think that's kind of a good way to put it. He's not very sociable. He doesn't like meeting new people. He mostly gets annoyed by most people. And if chances are, if somebody's meeting him for the first time, he's gonna be very standoffish and like not seem very interested in talking, because he just doesn't like meeting people. He doesn't like dealing with people. So it's hard for him to make friends, because most people he doesn't really want to get to know. So that's kind of his personality. A little bit about his past. Alex is transgender, and it was like not really like a discovery. It was just something that he's always known, and it was something that he kind of it was more of an, I don't want to say it was an issue, but like when he was younger, he kind of like, I'm talking about like a little kid, he would refer to himself as male, and his mom was very supportive, but his dad wasn't. So what ended up happening was his parents kind of split up, and he and his mom left his dad. So he lives with his mom now, and they have a really good relationship, so that's really good, and she makes sure that he has everything that he needs. And yeah, that's just kind of his backstory, I guess. It's not really much of a backstory. That's just kind of like what his past was. So he doesn't, they don't talk to they don't talk to his dad anymore. Like, it's just like, that's behind them now. So that's Alex. And now Andy, the one on the right side, who's standing there with his stupid bag. Andy is one of my more self-indulgent characters, and I have a few of these where I just kind of project myself onto my characters sometimes. Andy is definitely one of them, and then Silent also is my other sort of main self-indulgent character. I've drawn him a few times on this channel, but Andy, he has anxiety and depression, and he plays piano, and those are 3 things that I've projected onto him from myself, because I love playing piano, and also I have anxiety and depression. So Andy is kind of like my my way to, I guess, I don't want to say like manifest them, I don't know, but yeah, those are kind of his three main traits that I remember about him most of the time. I forget a lot of things about my own characters. I'll go back through notes that I wrote like months ago and I'm like, what the heck, I don't remember any of this, but those are the three things that I remember about Andy the most. And about his piano, like, he's very he's very introverted because of his anxiety. He doesn't he doesn't like being in front of people and having them like, he doesn't like being the center of attention. And he, with his music writing, because he writes songs and stuff, he sings and plays piano. I don't sing and play piano. That's one of the things that he can do that I can't. He is very able to play piano and sing at the same time. I can't do that at all. And he's much better at singing than I am. But yeah, he likes to write songs for himself. Like, he writes piano arrangements and then lyrics and everything, and he writes them and he sings them. But since he's so shy and anxious and everything, he, like, pretty much nobody knows about it except for his best friend Chrissy, who I will get to next. So Chrissy he's very energetic. Like, I don't know if you can tell from the picture. Chrissy is the one at the bottom, and he is very high energy. He's very friendly. He talks to pretty much everyone he meets. Like, he's you could say that he's pretty much the exact opposite of Alex. Like, Alex wants to stay away from everybody. Like, he doesn't want to talk to anybody, but Chrissy will talk to, like, literally anybody. Like, he's the kind of person who, if you're like sitting waiting for something at like the DMV or whatever, like, I don't want to say the DMV, but you know, like that kind of situation where you're just kind of sitting there and waiting for your turn, he'll just start talking to the person next to him. Like, he's really friendly and he gets along with pretty much everyone. And he likes to wear bright colors. I haven't gotten to coloring him yet, but when I start coloring him, you'll see what I mean. He really likes bright colors, and that's kind of it has to do with his backstory, I guess, because this is something that I recently, like, literally the other day, I was working on his backstory, so this might change, but what I have for him right now is that he has had issues with his family in the past, like, getting along with them. He's the oldest of, I don't know how many siblings, but he has a lot of younger siblings, and he's the oldest one in that group, and his parents kind of always were very strict on him, very stifling on his personality. They kind of dictated how he dressed and like the length of his hair and how he behaved at home, because he needed to set an example for his younger siblings. So it was a very controlling environment, and he didn't used to be super energetic and out there or anything. Like, he used to be a lot more reserved and like just unhappy generally. So he eventually left his family. He doesn't talk to them anymore because it was just such a toxic environment. But for the time that he was living at home, he was, like I said, he was very drawn into himself more. And so once he left his family, he had this kind of transformation where he became a lot more self-expressive. Like, he kind of just, his personality kind of exploded out of him, and that's why he likes to wear a lot of bright colors. He dyes his hair, things that his parents never would have allowed him to do, and it was just a very happy time for him, because he finally felt like he could actually be himself. And that's what I kind of like about him, and that's why he's very interested in talking to other people and hearing about them, like, not just, you know, making small talk. Like, he actually likes to listen to people if they need to talk about something. He's that kind of person, and he's that kind of person for Andy as well, because Andy, like I said, has anxiety and depression, and so Chrissy is very supportive to him and helps him get through the harder times. They're very close friends. I think they've known each other since middle school, I want to say. I haven't decided yet. It's either like elementary school or like right in like 6th grade, the beginning of middle school, when they met. And so they've known each other for a long time, and Chrissy has known Andy before Andy started kind of experiencing depression and stuff, because that didn't come on until he started, like, you know, hitting puberty, and all those, like, hormones and stuff started happening, and like, so when that started happening, that's kind of why they're so close, because Chrissy was there with him through it all. So, yeah, Chrissy is very supportive of Andy, and Andy really appreciates it from Chrissy. And then I feel like I'm going through all this like closeness about the two of them, and then Alex is just feeling a little bit left out. Well, Alex kind of, in the original story, this isn't the case anymore, but in the original story, they went to this, like, boarding school or something like that, and Alex was a new transfer to the school, so Andy and Chrissy already kind of knew each other, and then Alex kind of got into the mix, so I haven't really developed his relationship with them that well. He gets along with Andy better than Chrissy, because Chrissy is just kind of like overload for him. Like, it takes him a while to get used to Chrissy, but after a while they're pretty good friends, because Chrissy really wants to talk to Alex, and he's a very good, he's like a people person. He knows how to talk to different types of people. He knows when certain people need to not have that high energy experience from him. So it takes them a while to get to know each other, Alex and Chrissy, but they do become friends after a while. But yeah, I think that's enough because I could talk about them for a long time, honestly. But I have said all that I wrote down some notes at the, like, before I started recording this, because I knew I would forget what I wanted to say about them, so I kind of went through all the notes that I wrote down and a little bit more. So I'm gonna stop this here. Hopefully it was nice to hear about my characters, because sometimes I get kind of nervous about sharing them, and I'm like, nobody's gonna care about this. Like, I don't know, I really like original characters, and I love hearing about other people's, but I don't know if people want to hear about mine necessarily, so I don't know, this was just kind of a fun little experience, and kind of something that I wanted to do just because I've been really excited about these characters the past few days, so I'm like, yeah, let's make a video about them. So hopefully it was enjoyable to hear about them, and at least interesting to learn things about them. And yeah, so that's the end of this. Hope you liked it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye!